Hello everybody, welcome to your weekly RuneScape Byte for Monday, January 28th, 2019. This week we're going to start with a bit of developing news in the RuneScape gaming sector that you might not have heard of yet. That is the news that Jagex may be up for sale yet again. This naturally drew concern from the RuneScape player base, and in response to this, Jagex said that Fukong Interactive has issued a regulatory statement to advise the Chinese financial market that it is planning a major reorganization and is considering the sale of assets, with the partial or full sale of Jagex as a potential option. Now, naturally, this drew concern from the social media community as well, and as a result, this past weekend, ModJD replied to the community on Reddit. He said, whatever the outcome of Fukong's restructure, it won't change how you play RuneScape or Old School, and it doesn't affect our plans as we continue to invest in growing Jagex, RuneScape, and Old School, building on our record-breaking years, and ensuring we bring you all the new content and updates we have in the work, in addition to more quality-of-life improvements. So regardless of what happens in the near future, the best course of action for you is to carry on playing RuneScape like normal. Sales take a long time to conclude, and we don't even know if Jagex will be sold at this time. We'll have more on this developing story this weekend on RSBANDB Update, which you can find right here on this YouTube channel. Now on to the patch notes for this week. Friends Chat owners can now enable the option for Loot Share to be enabled for players they do not have added to their friends list. Players may now augment their trimmed and custom-fit Masterwork armor at any charge percentage. This can be done at any Invention workbench. When mining with porters, if the mined resource can be stored in the metal bank, it'll be deposited into your metal bank instead of your actual bank. This is pretty big when you think of it when it comes to mining. Congealed blood can now be used to overcharge Draken's medallion from the previous cap of 10 up to a maximum of 25,000 charges. The Grace of the Elves has a new option while worn, Toggle Porter, which allows players to disable or enable the Porter functionality. We also see a bunch of changes to drop tables regarding the mining and smithing rework, in particular on the Queen Black Dragon. If you received runite stone spirits before, it will now drop either orichalcite or Draculus stone spirits. And instead of adamant and coal stone spirits, the QBD will now drop luminite and runite stone spirits. In God Wars Dungeon 2, instead of receiving runite stone spirits, the bosses will now drop either nechrite stone spirits or phasmatite stone spirits. And if you get coal stone spirits in God Wars Dungeon 2, those will now drop luminite stone spirits instead. Now moving on to the big one at Solak, instead of runite stone spirits, Solak will now drop either light Animica stone spirits or banite stone spirits. And finally, at Nex in normal mode, if you receive coal stone spirits there, you'll receive luminite stone spirits instead. That's it for the Weekly Byte. We'll be back this weekend with another edition of RSBANDB Update. If you found this video at all useful to you, be sure to like and subscribe. You can also check us out in our Friends Chat, which is BitsBytse in game. See you there, everyone.